In today's video, we're looking at question number 13 on page 1118 of our SAT Big Blue Book. Let's read it together. The equation 24x squared plus 25x minus 47 all over ax minus 2 equals negative 8x minus 3 minus 53 over ax minus 2 is true for all values of x not equal to 2 over a, where a is a constant. What is the value of a? Whew, what a difficult, intimidating looking question. For a lot of you guys, after reading this one, you might say to me, Craig, there's no shot at all. I'm totally skipping this question. And honestly, good for you. This question's out of a lot of people's target numbers and might be one of the hardest questions you see on the SAT. So if you can afford to skip one or two questions with your target score, you can totally skip this one. Whenever we get super difficult questions like these, it's always good to think about, can I use one of my strategies? Can I tackle this with plug-in or backsolve? Our main candidate for plug-in is, do we see a lot of variables that make this question difficult? And in fact, I do. I see x's all over the place. If I could just plug in a number for that x, my life might be a lot easier. The main candidate for backsolve is the question asking for something simple that I could easily substitute one of my choices. That's also true. What is the value of a? I could substitute one of these simple numbers in for a. So honestly, the choice is up to me. This is one of those rare plug-in or backsolve questions. I could pick a number for x and get rid of all those, or I could pick a number for a and get rid of both of those. In this question, the decision is actually pretty simple for me. I'm going to substitute my x because I'd rather get rid of my many x's than the less frequent a. The only real option I have here, with lots of big numbers involved, is to pick x equal to 1. Now I'm going to transfer my x's over to this big box over here. There's a lot of work to be done, but thankfully we picked a really simple number. Now this is a big mess, but don't be intimidated yet. Thankfully, with a number like 1, my math should be pretty simple. That's why we picked this number, because any bigger number on the non-calculator section would be a total non-starter. 24 times 1 squared is 24. 25 times 1 is obviously 25, minus 47. The denominator is going to be a very nice a minus 2. And then we get negative 8 minus 3 minus 53 over a minus 2. I can simplify all my adding and subtracting. 24 plus 25 minus 47 actually ends up being a simple number 2. So far, this is looking pretty good. I like getting easy numbers like that. 2 over a minus 2 equals negative 11 minus 53 over a minus 2. At this point, I'm looking a little bit simpler. I sure wish I can get rid of this a minus 2 here. If I want to get something out of a denominator, all I need to do is multiply it on both sides. A minus 2's cancel out over here, so I get 2 is equal to, a minus 2's cancel down here, and this just becomes negative 11 times a minus 2 minus 53. Not too bad. I simply cancel that on the left side and distribute it on the right side. Simplifying this further, I get 2 is equal to negative 11a plus 22 minus 53. All right, the brutal math is almost over with. I can move all my a's to one side. I end up getting 2 equals negative 11a minus 31. That's 22 minus 53. Add 31 to both sides. 33 equals negative 11a. And look at that. This ended up working really nicely for me. Divide by negative 11, divide by negative 11, a equals negative 3. I end up with a really nice choice B. This is a question where I'm pretty positive that B is correct. If I did anything wrong here, I would have ended up with a lot uglier of a number. So choice B ends up being my correct answer. This is a great example of a question that's impossibly hard, impossibly challenging until you introduce one of our famous strategies, plug-in or backsolve. That makes this question a lot easier to tackle. Good luck, everyone.